Alright, so I thought I'd make another video. It's gonna be so much fun. Okay, so I'd like to talk about another subject. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about, rather than point people out, right, single people out, I'm just gonna talk about subjects. Right? So the next one I'm gonna talk about is the consent. Okay? So I always get people's consent. Always, for everything I do. Right? Like, I go up to people and I say, hi. They always say hi back. I've never had somebody go away. And then I say, do you mind if I introduce myself? And I've had maybe 3 people tell me to go away. They're busy or whatever it might be. That's fine. So I get your consent right from the get-go to even speak to you. Okay? Then we have a pleasant conversation. And I ask for your consent to put you in my database. You know, put your name and email and phone number. And then I ask for your picture. I always ask for everybody's picture. How am I going to remember you if I don't have your picture? You think I'm just looking at a bunch of names and remember who you are? I can't even remember my friends' names. I mean, Jean-Pierre, my dear friend, Jean-Pierre. Well, I shouldn't name it. I don't. Anyways, he's a dear friend of mine. We went sailing together with his wife, Danielle. It was a lovely trip up in the mountains. Anyways, but anyway, what's the point of my story? I went to my parents' house, and he was there with another friend of mine, my dad's, and I couldn't remember his name. I was like, how can I not remember his name after going on a sailing trip with him? It's so weird. I was like, I remember that whole thing, but I just cannot remember your name. So there's somebody else, and so consent. I always get your consent for everything I do. Any people claiming I take pictures in secret, or I mean, this is just utter nonsense. I mean, how can you just believe one side of the story every time? How can you believe that if somebody tells you something and you just believe it because they're saying it? You don't know what the other side is. You don't know my side at all. You just think that's the truth. I mean, how is that possible? How can you just believe one side and think that's the truth? I'm sorry. Anyways, what did I say about consent? You said touching women inappropriately. Really? You know that Jeffrey Epstein raped and trafficked children and never lost access to his bank accounts. And you're telling me that I'm touching women inappropriately. I mean, first of all, I've never touched anybody inappropriately. Except for my wife, my ex-wife, which is another story. And I would never do that. It's crazy. I always get your consent. I always ask for your consent. I ask for your permission to even start speaking to you right from the get-go. If you don't want to speak to me, it's your choice, right? So please stop saying these lies about me. It's just, it's kind of crazy because it's just not true. It's totally false. And some of you try to spell all these terrible rumors about me. It's mind-boggling that you think you can get away with it. It really is. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Anyways, I have a surprise coming up, of course. That's the way I am. But I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to wait a few days. I'm trying to think when it's a good time to tell you. It's going to be fun, though. You're going to like this one. I hope you're going to like it. I'll say no more. Bye for now.